Hi! I think I got this time. Welcome to our Monday night game of Grave New World, the Buffy the Vampire Slayer TTRPG. We're a little different tonight. We have two returners and one very much returning player. But only one of them is playing their normal character tonight. We are visiting Cheryl on her adventures while she was away. But first, before we get to that, I want to say character art is via Hero Forge. Other images are via Pixabay. And I'm going to introduce all my lovely players that I have here tonight. I think the elephant in the room is MC Wicca Wicca. So let's go to that one first. Back, Kyle.
Howdy. I'm saving all the Wicca Wicca magic for when we actually get into the game. I don't want to spoil anything yet. It's going to be an experience. You can find me on Mondays here, normally playing Jacob King, otherwise lovingly known as Ye, or that walking cloud of weed. Otherwise, I mod. I'm in chat a fair amount, and I'm sure eventually I'll run or be in another game as well. I link my socials, but I don't use them, so.
That's valid. Next, we have another new character for this particular adventure. We have Mana Queen playing Cam Willoway. What do you do?
What do? I exist here every Monday nights. You can find me on Discord in our lovely Discord by Mana Queen, the same username. I love that, Bison. But yeah, I play Cam tonight at least. And yeah, I hang out in a Discord. I play here on Monday nights. I do some other things that aren't as noticeable, that don't really get posted anywhere. But here I am. And with that, Chris.
Last but certainly never least, we have Miss Cheryl Dar, aka Eddie.
Hi, my name's Eddie Elfman. I'm an Edmonton-based voice actor. Monday nights you can find me here right now, playing Miss Cheryl Dar, debutante, practicer of the paranormal and the occult, who is maybe catching some rays by the description of this evening's entertainment. And then on Thursdays, you can find me playing Deviant Futures, which is a D&D tabletop game, 5th edition, where I play Mizio, the Oathbreaker Paladin, who is currently in a throuple with Tiamat and Bahamut. Don't ask me questions. And besides that, you can find me on the internet. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on audible.com. If you look up Eddie Elfman or you use that Linktree link, you can find 2 books, soon to be 3, and then maybe in the future 4, having links up where you can use your credit or spend your hard-earned American or Canadian or maybe even didgeridoo dollars on whatever book is available there. And you can also find me on Instagram or anywhere else. I'm also on the Discord if you ever want to jump in on the Discord and be like, hey, Eddie, where do you live? Maybe I'll tell you. Anyways, back to you, Chris.
Okay, and then real quick, I'm Wayward Knight, aka Chris. I exist quite frequently on our Discord. I also am a Detroit-based actor and artist. I sell my art on the internet. Needs to be updated, but all my links are there. You can also find me on Saturday nights playing Delilah Stillwater in our Dead to Rights game. And that's it. Without further ado, let's get started. So, sorry, I got the giggles now. Sherry, you just had the worst morning / afternoon ever. And you got a text just now.
Oh.
This is actually a text that you weren't expecting, but you were like absolutely hoping for. You you got waitlisted for this really important influencer party. You just got bumped onto the guest list of
Wait, Influencer
Lila.
Palooza 2000?
That's what some people call it. It's Lila Major is a
Lila Major. Oh, okay.
major
Mhm.
is a major influencer on just about every social media platform that exists. She is like top tier social media socialite, everything. She like queen. Um
Mm.
and every year she throws a um combination like networking, socializing bash on her like end of the summer bash on her yacht for up and coming influencers and socialites. And you're either invited or you can, for lack of a less clinical word, apply to to go to the party. And I mean, any good influencer wants to be at this party. So I'm assuming you probably applied.
Well, I suppose that some of my followers may have put forward one of
Oh yeah,
my
you can also be
one of
nominated.
my
You can also be
my my
nominated.
my portfolios or my pages, one of my many pages. So I suppose if this is shortly after we've unveiled the map of where this chaos being is from a few weeks ago in real life time, she's gonna look at it and go, "All right," and she's gonna start walking the other direction, and she's gonna try and wait until she's out of the chaos field, and then start organizing her trip.
Yep. Um, so we are going to actually give me just a brief description of how you prepare for this trip, this event that could like make or break your reputation.
That is quite an interesting thing. So once I'm certain that that I'm outside of the chaos sphere, I'm going to ensure that
Outside is like uh tricky to define. Things get less bad,
things get less bad. All right.
but
Well,
they never fully decrease or they never fully go away until you like
well,
leave campus.
yes. So I'm definitely going to leave. I'm just going to leave campus entirely until I start organizing any of my trips. I'm going to ensure that I get trip insurance because of God knows what could go wrong. Try and triple validate that, and then once I'm hopefully in another city over, I'm going to get my nails done, get some nice press on acrylic nails. I'm gonna get my hair blown out and a little bit, maybe not necessarily evident that I got it done for this party, but still add a little bit of volume to it, and maybe the cuts in different sections of the hair so it looks like it's, I forget the name of it. For
Layered?
some reason, it's been a minute. Layered. I'm gonna get it layered, and I'm going to pick out a few different of my favorite bikinis and onesies, and a lot of very large sun hats, just absurdly large, like 5, 6 feet in diameter sun hats.
Okay.
And I'm going to make sure that I book all my flight itineraries to whereabouts is this yacht located?
So this yacht, oh, that's not what I wanted. Sorry. There we go. This yacht is like Florida Keys
Mhm.
area. Definitely like in the tropics,
All right.
Caribbean-ish.
Well, I'll probably see if I can line up any other meetings that I can. If it's about a week or so of a yacht expenditure, I'll make sure that it's padded around so I can meet with some other fellows in the Wiccan community in the Florida Keys.
Gotcha. Okay. So, having prepared and everything, we are going to skip forward about 24 hours. You have landed in the Florida Keys. Names. Um, Honestly, there are rumors that Lila has her own private island. May or may not be true. You might find out. Um, but you are met at the airport by not like a chauffeur, but basically like an information um person. Words today. Um
Like
A
a
contact.
and
concierge or
contact, yeah, like a
Yeah, yeah.
like a personal concierge from Lila who is like finding her guests and giving them all the information they need. Basically, like you get you get a folder of like these are the great like hotels and restaurants and attractions in the area. The party is this night from this time to this time. These are what to expect. Here's the, itinerary, but we're going to have a good time, such and such, all that jazz. How to contact Lila's people if you need something, etc., etc.
Mhm.
Um, so you head out. I mean, I imagine you get settled in your hotel first.
Yes, I'd probably organize a bit of a, if not a shopping spree, trying on a few different evening dresses. If it's a bit of a more of an evening shindig and not necessarily lounging around in the sun type of affair. And I'd
There
like to
is. Oh,
oh,
sorry.
I'd also
Well, I was
like
gonna say
to organize a
there's a
meeting with
list.
any. Go ahead, sorry.
There is a list provided of like her recommended like shops in the area, like boutiques and like specialized. Um, it does. The event does start like while the sun is still up, so you can mix and match your outfit a little bit.
Mhm. All right, I'll definitely try and go for something that is a little bit more flowy and along, kind of definitely Stevie Nicks vibes if I can, especially being out here in the Florida Keys. And I'd like to arrange a meeting with any of the local shamans or any other witches I can find in the area that could perhaps assist me in a spell before I go meet up with all these important figures.
Roll me a. How do you go about trying to contact these people? Like internet?
Um, so my character is originally from the South, so I'd
Mm-hmm.
imagine that they would spend a lot of their like teenage and kind of adolescent years going out to either like the Texas coast or out towards the Florida Keys. I'd imagine that she'd have some idea of like what the community was like, especially because even as a lay person that doesn't practice magic, I think of the Florida Keys as quite a magical place. Um, so likely if she doesn't have anybody in the back of her head, she would likely go to the quarter, French Quarter in are we in New Orleans? Like whereabouts are we?
Um, I was thinking like the islands that are off of the peninsula that are like
Of Florida. Okay.
of
Sounds
Florida,
good.
like
Yes. Okay, like Key West. Okay.
between yeah, Key West and stuff like that.
All right. Well, I'll probably I'm going to do a location spell once I land and I'm in my hotel room to try and see if I can find any practitioners out in the Everglades that are just minding their own business if they would show up on a location spell.
Um, I think the location spell only locates demons.
Okay. I'll just go to a witchy woman form
Yeah,
then.
there's
Sounds
there's
good.
always like when you go to like smaller towns and stuff, there's always like a witchy shop and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Um, and you having been accustomed or you being accustomed to like the actual supernatural arts more so than like a tourist. You can kind of suss out which shops are legit and which are like clearly tourist traps.
Hmm.
So you go into this one. It's very esoteric, but like you can tell that the person running it knows their stuff because there are actual like spell ingredients and some tomes on the walls. Very basic books of like, love spells or wealth spells or stuff like that. And there are some like locally handmade tapestries that get sold there too and stuff like that. But like it's legit. You can tell it's legit. And there is a shopkeeper off to the side behind a counter.
And is this the day before or the day of the party?
This would be the day of. You arrive the
Day
day
of,
of.
okay. Excuse me, is it is it a male or female presenting figure?
Female.
Excuse me, madam. I was wondering if I could inquire about any services besides the products. I'm looking at this peppermint skull of a peppermint. That's peppermint in this soap that's carved like a raven's skull. That's just absolutely gorgeous. I must talk to you about how you craft that and carve that. But I was wondering about your services.
What kind of services are you looking for?
Well, in particular, I'm meeting with a lot of important figures, and I don't want to expend out of my energy today, and it's not within my natural purview. I was just hoping if I could get a small boost of luck for this
Hmm.
evening.
She is going to. She says, I think I may be able to help you. One moment. And then she turns around and she pulls out a couple books from behind her that are clearly like her personal collection. And she leafs through them. And she says, well, I can definitely give you about 24 hours. This particular spell does require some costly or some, well, more expensive components.
Well, as a working woman, I'm not sure if I'll be able to fully afford that. But what would the price range be?
Well, for a full 24 hours, it's about 150, but if you wanted say 15 hours, I could bring it down to like 75.
Hmm. Well, I suppose that I will.
This is a true luck spell though. So
Do
this
I
is
do I genuinely believe this figure?
She seems like she's putting on like a face for a tourist, but also you know enough to know that there are luck spells that do operate like that, and she's got to make a profit. She's up in the price enough to make a profit,
Mhm.
but she's not like a shyster or
Yeah, yeah.
anything.
She's gonna
She
genuinely
seems
attempt to cast a luck spell. Okay,
yes. Whether or
lovely.
not it works is a whole other can of
Yeah.
fish
All right.
for
Well,
them.
I'd absolutely love to employ your services. Um, and if there's any other, does she have like scrying orbs or like any talk about like any like readings or anything like that, like tea leaves or?
She's there are some books on like basic divinations. There are um crystal spheres. There are some various herbal teas that are marketed as having such and such effects. One of them is like a divination tea where you like,
Hmm.
read the leaves at the bottom and stuff.
Well, I'd love to employ your services for 200 American if you could also throw in just a reading so we can sit and chat for a minute, you can tell me if there's anything that you can see about my future.
Yeah. Yeah, we can totally do that. She's very chill, which is interesting. She's not like she's in her older middle age, so maybe like 60s. Um has, salt and pepper hair and stuff, but she's she's not she's not all like kooky or anything. She seems very down to
Yeah.
earth. And so she starts to bring out ingredients and stuff and like, I'm imagining, so you know how in like old candy shops or sometimes actual candy shops these days, they like have them all in jars behind the counter
Mhm.
and they like
Yeah.
scoop out various candies. So she's doing that and she's weighing them and stuff. Um and she turns around before she starts like making the like blending them all. She goes, "That'll be 200, please."
All right, here you go. And I I definitely have $200 because I got given 2,400 for my sale of the thing earlier,
Yeah, you did.
so I'm fine.
Uh so she takes 200 cash. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
200
mean,
cash.
uh,
I look at her and I go, the IRS doesn't need to know about this.
I mean, dude, I'm a convention goer. We carry cash. At least I do. But so I get it. Um, she takes it, she counts it, just like make sure she, holds one up to the light, and she's like, all right, and she puts it in her drawer, closes it, and says, "Have a seat over there." And there's like this nice comfy looking chair with like a tapestry draped over it, and then like a seat for her. And between them is a table with a very sort of ornate symbolic tablecloth and a like a divination sphere on a stand in the middle. Um, so she gestures over to that for you to sit on the comfier seat, which you
Yes.
imagine is for the guests. And she says,
Cheryl
"I will
will
prepare the
absolutely sit down.
spell." She says, "I'll prepare the spell and I will be right with you." So in a couple of minutes, you can hear her grinding in like a mortar and pestle. She's like getting all the ingredients like freshly ground and things and prepared. And then she starts to mix them up and there's like and like you can't tell if it's magic or if she just like accidentally breathed too hard on the powder.
Hmm.
But she comes back over and she has like a little um what's it called, like a sachet of it.
Yeah.
And she takes basically um it's an unlabeled bottle, like a dropper bottle,
Mhm.
and she takes some of what's in the bottle and she very gently drops like one drop into the sachet and then closes it, ties it up, and starts to like massage it around to like get it worked in. And then what
Mm.
she does is she comes over and she essentially kind of holds it over your head and chants some, magical mantras. You recognize basic words and stuff like that of like um key magical words to invoke the powers of various powers that be, etc.
Okay.
And you definitely, so like there is a kind of a cool wash over you of like not shivers or chills, just like something calming and
Mhm.
refreshing. And then you feel lighter and a little more confident. And you were gonna get a +2
All right.
to
To all rolls, to one roll? How many?
3 rolls.
The 3 rolls of my choosing, I imagine.
Of your choosing.
All right. Can I add that +2 after I have rolled it, or do I have to declare beforehand?
I think you can. Yeah, you don't need to declare it beforehand.
Gorgeous. Lovely. And
We're
if you,
essentially treating this like the lucky feat in D&D.
sure,
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
basically kind of how it's gonna go.
And yeah, if you'd like, we can hand wave, unless you do have a prophecy about Cheryl that you'd like to tell everybody. But it can just be flavor that I sit down and get some truths about my future.
Um, hashtag spoilers. Let's just say she gives you like kind of a normal spiel. You can tell that like she's not, you know, super in tune diviner, just sort of, she's practiced but not that practiced. Maybe like a little more practiced than you are.
All right.
Spells are more her thing, less divination. So she basically tells you, this is a very important opportunity for you, and things are there are, she sees different branches of how things could go. But she basically says, be aware of what's going on.
Well, thank you so much for spending this afternoon with me and grounded me again. I've needed it. I've had a few bad days back to back, and I'm just looking for some enjoyable R&R and making this a little bit of a relaxation experience and to be myself as opposed to being worried about impressing some goodies. There's always this, and kind of like gestures. There's always this that'll be a part of my life. But yeah, gestures to the
She seems
shop,
to really
gestures to
connect.
like
Yeah.
the
She really connects with that statement, and she gives you like a very sage nod.
yeah, probably
So,
probably depending on the vibes, give her a hug and head out. Very like
oh yeah, she's
you're a nice old
friendly.
lady and or
Yeah.
a nice reasonably aged lady for any 60-year-olds in the audience. And yeah, head out and make my way, do the smash cut if we'd like to me.
Yes.
Walking up the plank to
Walking up the pier.
the pier, strutting.
Yeah, so you are
Sun
making your
hat in the
way,
wind.
yes, dressed to the appropriate nines, in your garb for this event, and you are met with, a throng of these, up and coming or wannabe influencers who are starting to make their way onto this big, big yacht. This is a large vessel. It will definitely be able to hold all of these people. And you're kind of, you get in line at the back, and you are near a couple different people. Why don't we have MC Wicca Wicca describe themselves?
Hey, what up? And blessed be. It's your boy, MC Wicca Wicca, the Man Witch. You can see me right here, everybody. I'm like in the queue for Layla's big bash. We made it. We were manifesting that positivity. And I know some of you were doing some luck spells for me. I said you didn't have to, but preach, definitely. I'm going to be giving you updates all day on this awesome thing here. We're going to just have a great time. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, hit the like button, follow me for more mindfulness and Wiccan outlooks from a male perspective. I'll be back. MC Wicca Wicca is very much a kind of a crafted look when you see him. He's got a nice white suit, like the very breathable kind of, almost like the kind of old safari suits, but a little more touched up. Um, he's got the sandals on, Birkenstocks, of course, no socks. Can't be having socks. It's just not the vibe, y'all. He's got the long hair. He's got it mostly groomed, but he's got his trademark sort of half covered face, and the hair goes back, of course, things are serious. It's time to really dial down. He's passably handsome. I mean, he's attractive. He's not maybe a superstar, but he's good looking enough to, have some of that carry his presence in all of the social medias. No flowers in his hair or anything. He hasn't gone full out on it, but he just definitely works hard to sort of have a cloud of just, positive energy, or at least make it seem like he's got a cloud of just positive energy and just, positivity. And he's the guy you want to talk to if you're having trouble. He can help you, set you on your path. He can get you on that, threefold rules in you, which is one of his, big
Is he like
tenets.
a self-help approachable Chris Angel mind freak?
Kind of, yes,
Okay.
but very much in the Wiccan, like he
Yeah.
found his little niche and he just wedged it open and really just made the most of it. He's got a nice gold watch on, brand name, not a knockoff. He's, a few little accents, gold earring, just enough to make it clear that he has money without being too ostentatious about it. And, part of that is also the look. He's also a rapper, hit him up. He'll give you that SoundCloud link, definitely. He's taken off and, there aren't a lot of Wiccan rappers around. So he's got the market mostly to himself. Although, of course, there are always some youngsters who are hungry and, willing to try and bite his style.
Love it.
Hmm.
And that's the description.
So you guys are ushered onto the main deck.
What about
of-
Cam? Is Cam there? Is the third person there?
We're gonna get to
Okay,
Cam.
sounds
Don't
good.
worry about Cam. Cam is where he needs to be, okay?
Okay. Hmm.
You guys are ushered onto the main deck, and one of the people who seem to have got there first, or almost first, is this very excited person who seems to be hyping up this crowd and has somehow found a way to make themselves taller than the group for more visibility. Cam, why don't you describe yourself?
Listen, before the main DJ even gets there, Cam is just like, let's fucking, like, LFG, let's fucking go. And he is like fist bump to the sky, chest out, bringing everybody in. He is just there to party and bring everybody into the circle that is upon him. And there are so many like cell phones with flashes and people recording TikToks and like Instagram Reels and like all that stuff. And he just like, before you even get there, and you guys like walk in, and he's just like totally just
There's not even
absolutely-
music yet.
Yeah, exactly, like that. Like it's music in his
It's
head.
just
Yeah,
his phone in the other hand.
yeah, like it's his phone, like music on his phone in one hand,
Oh.
and just also he's not wearing a shirt. Just FYI.
Yeah. I didn't imagine him wearing a
Of
shirt.
course not.
No, absolutely no shirt involved. he does actually have like glitter sparkle like football lines. Like instead of the black paint, it's
Mhm.
like bright
It's
green.
inclusive. It's it's
Right. Yes.
It's gonna
Like
increase the eye glare.
yeah, exactly. It's not reduce the eye glare, it's increase the eye glare. And
Yeah.
it's in this like bluish brown like glitter to enhance the sky blue eyes, obviously.
Ooh.
Right under his cheeks, stark lines, whether it's body paint, natural, you'll never know, but join Bam the Cam man in his fucking party. And that's where he's at.
So you guys, these are the two people that sort of stand out to you as you make your way onto the boat. The rest of the guests are a little, they're ostentatious, but they're not quite as what's a good word for this?
That's the limit. It seems.
Enigmatic.
Yeah.
As these two seem to be. And MC Wicca, make me a perception notice check.
All right, perception notice.
Also, Sherry, make me a perception notice check.
Ooh, I'm not very good at that.
Actually, you know what? Sherry, you don't need to. You heard the whole spiel.
Okay.
15?
But okay, yeah. You clocked that there is another magic user, real magic user, on this boat.
That's lucky. Huh.
But before you guys can like find your way around to these people, I mean, there is so on one side of the deck there is a big spread of like seafood and charcuterie and like veggie trays, but like fancy AF, like vegetables you've never heard of, and really exotic meats, and like every kind of like calamari, octopus, excuse me, lobster, like lots of lobster, crawfish, like there's like fugu in there, there's sushi, there's other sushi, there is like, it is a feast. And then on the other side of the deck are all of the drinks. It's not an open bar because logistically that could get bad, but it's, the drinks aren't, super expensive, and they can make basically whatever you want. And then, so this yacht has like the main deck, and then there is an upper level, and no one's been on the upper level yet, but out onto the upper level walks this young woman. She is dressed in very elegant summertime pink. I almost imagine like if you've seen the Barbie movie trailer, that nope. Well,
I
basically it's
have.
like
It's just a
oh, you have?
yeah.
If they're like a really elegant version of that pink gingham dress.
Mm.
And she's got a very similar sun hat to yours. Not the same though, because that would be that would be tragic.
Mhm.
This looks like it was bespoke for her. And she walks out onto this upper deck, this balcony looking over the main deck, and you hear, "Hi, everybody!"
Hi, Layla.
I do that, like lean back with my glass of prosecco and go hi, like that. Just the fakest, like Cheryl,
Oh.
like dies on the inside, going hi, like
Hello, mama. What's up?
And of course,
Goes,
MC
"Hi,
Wicca
Pam."
Wicca's got that kind of, like, sort of not quite sleazy, like preacher who wants all your money kind of thing going on, but he's definitely kind of edging in on that. Just like, hi.
So this is Lila. This is Lila Major. She says, thank you everybody so much for coming. I'm so excited for this. I love hosting this every single year. We're going to have a blast. Guys, please mingle, make friends. This is your opportunity to spread the word for yourselves. And honestly, I said make friends and I meant it. We're going to have so much fun, you guys. I'm going to come down there and I'm going to meet all of you. Don't worry, I know all your names already. Let's have a party. DJ, hit it. And she gestures to the DJ who is also on this upper deck. And the DJ starts to like play his beats and stuff. And it's like it's not like, you know, super bassy, but it's good dance music. So in a couple minutes, Lila comes down onto the main deck, and I don't know what that was for. I didn't decide anything.
Just keeping us on our toes.
The first person she goes over to is Cam. Because Cam sticks out like a sore thumb right now, because I imagine Cam is still on his platform.
Oh, yeah. He's like, have a step up.
So she goes over to Cam and she's like, Cam, hi, how are you?
Lay. I want to lay you. What's up, my girl? I'm great. How are you?
Cam, stop it. I am absolutely stoked for this. I am going to play a game with you. Can I play a game with you?
Always.
This is a good icebreaker game. It's called Have You Met Cam? And she takes your hand and she literally just pulls you into the crowd and she finds Wicca Wicca.
Hey.
She goes, hi. Oh my gosh. Do I call you MC? Do I call you Wicca? Like, what do you prefer?
You call him Jake.
That also works. You can just call me Jake. I don't have to be MC Wicca Wicca all the time, but it's glad that you met my boy Cam here. He's a big fan of my SoundCloud, and I definitely have done a number of his workout videos for my audience. It's been very inspiring.
Oh, hell yeah. See, I love it when you guys already know each other. It's even better. We're gonna go find one more person. Let's find one more person. She looks around.
And MC Wicca Wicca is gonna go, she kind of stands out. He's gonna point at the magic user he smelled. Because that's how he did it. He smelled the magic. Nobody can tell me otherwise.
And Lila looks at where you're pointing and she goes, yeah. And she says, stay right here. And then she runs over to Cheryl. She goes, hi, I'm Lila and I'm gonna introduce you to some people.
Of course you are. Pleasure to meet you. I'm Cheryl Duh.
Hi, Cheryl. Here, come meet my friends. And she takes your hand and she brings you over to Jake and Cam. And she goes, Cheryl, this is Jake. And this is Cam.
Oh, I'm absolutely enchanted. It's a pleasure to make all your acquaintances.
It's a pleasure to make yours as well, Cheryl.
So
Cam just goes like, hey.
Hay is for horses. I should know. I raise them.
And also for cows. I've known how to, like, I'm not good at playing this in character. Shit, hold up. Cam is also a little bit of a farm boy.
Jake is gonna reach over and just kind of pat Cam's shoulder. He's gonna he's very excitable. He's not always
like,
good at
and
this.
also for cows and yeah.
Right, you
can't
were just spitting
actually
out
afford
animal
boys.
facts as opposed to okay, well,
Yeah. But
very
Lila's gonna
excited.
like do the same thing that Jake did and just like pat Cam's shoulder.
get a couple
Cheryl's
drinks
real
in
pretty,
Cam.
okay?
Get a couple drinks in you, and Cam will be the absolute life of the party.
Oh yeah, do you guys want any drinks? I can totally get someone to grab us some drinks.
Oh,
I would
sure.
almost violate the threefold rule for a Mai Tai.
Oh yeah, we can do Mai Tais. What do you want,
Sure,
Cheryl?
or some Goldschlager. Mine seems to be just empty.
Okay. What about you, Cam? Oh, I know what you want. Beer, right?
Cam is so hung up on Cheryl saying Goldschlager that he doesn't even hear Layla's question because he's like, you just Goldschlager by itself. No, what you're gonna do is get us both a firecracker, okay? It's Goldschlager, vodka, and Kahlua all together, and we're gonna do it together, and it's the best of both worlds. Right, Cheryl? Right, baby?
I'm
I'm
open to try something at least once.
Okay, 2 firecrackers and a Mai Tai. She sends a text to the bar. She's like, "I'll be there in a couple minutes." So Cheryl, I know you were a last minute addition, so I don't actually know a ton about you yet. Tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm currently trying to lead women in business across all of North America. I believe since I was a young lady that women need to take not necessarily just take control of their lives, but be in control of the world, not just their own lives. It's been too long that
Wow.
we've existed, siloed away from each other. We need to start looking out for one another and pull each other up as opposed to pushing each other down.
Wow, that is impressive. You know, I like that attitude.
It's very do unto others. Lift up
Absolutely.
because
I,
you
I
would
find that
love
a
to be
lot of
lifted
people
up.
like to take what women have done for the world and spin it. And she's just looking at the man wicca man witch and while saying it, but not saying anything overt. And he goes, it's so amazing how contributions can be put onto the rug in society,
It
taken by
is.
others.
It really is. But sometimes you need another voice to spread the message.
Oh, absolutely. The more voices, the better.
Exactly. Glad you understand.
And actually pretty quickly the drinks come 'cause she's got staff like all over this place. So she goes, "Okay, here we go. Mai Tai for you
Mai
and
Tai?
2 firecrackers and sex on the beach for me." And she starts like sipping her sex on the beach.
Do Mai Tai. Slancha.
Cheers. Um Cheryl, make me a perception notice check.
Ooh, that is the most I can roll on a perception notice check. So I'm going to add a +2 to it anyways to make it a total of 15 to have
Okay, yeah,
a very
you
good success level.
you clock this for sure. Lila is she's acting like she's engaging people, especially like, the group she's with right now, which is you and Jake and Cam. But she keeps side-eyeing you. Not in like a bad way. She's clocking you a couple times more than maybe she should.
Cheryl would also probably catch that Jake is using just a little bit of glamour just
Yeah.
to make himself stand out just a little more, seem a little more approachable. It's noticeable if you know what to look for.
Yeah. Um so I heard that you actually know Cam. Have the two of you collaborated on something together there, Lila?
Oh, no, but Cam Cam has hit on me a lot and it's flattering, but I usually say no.
Sorry, you're so pretty, baby. Like, I can't help it.
I know. But Cam and I, we basically met over social media and we chat a lot. Cam's a really nice guy. You just gotta take what he says with a grain of salt, you know? That's
Isn't that the
Cam.
truth with all men?
Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
Uh,
Especially the ones that hit on you.
Out of character, I want to say, just for people who don't realize that we're playing characters and we're not playing character in character, not all men is what comes from Cam.
Jake
Oh.
just winces and just
Oh, of
pinches the
course,
bridge of his
sweetheart.
nose.
Of course.
Cam,
I'm sure
Cam,
that
not all men doesn't fly anymore. Don't get yourself canceled, my dude.
we
You
are
just
at the
get
spot where you hear, I guess when Not All Men was uttered, a bunch of people immediately spun around with cameras. I am
And then
perfectly
Cam just
happy.
shuts the fuck up. Like, just,
I'm
that's
perfectly
not what I
happy.
meant. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
No, stop,
Not what I
stop.
meant.
Don't try and defend it. Just let it go.
I'm certain that as long as no one cheats on their lifelong partner, there's going to be no scandals that come out of this. None of us are going to beat Scandival, so we're all flying under the radar for the next 48 hours. Let's just ensure that our
I would
popularity
prefer
stays the
this
same.
party to be scandal free. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. But
You know
have you
somebody's
been?
gonna try and dig up some scandal though, or generate that heat. This is the kind of place and the kind of time where that heat, at least they think it'll pay off.
Well, then if someone slips up, honestly, I think that's on them because in this day and age, we do have to be very, very careful about what we do and say.
I
And
didn't say nothing.
I
Yeah,
know you didn't
yeah,
say
it's
nothing,
okay.
Cam. It's
I
okay.
know it's all right.
It's okay. Well, we're all gonna be fine, okay?
Yeah.
We're gonna drink our drinks and we're gonna have a great time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave you guys to socialize. I'm gonna go meet everyone else, but I will be back because you guys are kind of cool. Okay, bye. And she heads off.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Kind of turns and looks at the two gentlemen and goes, "So you two collaborate with each other? Or you guys all start together?"
No, not well, somewhat. Cam, I don't know how Cam found my SoundCloud, but I noticed a bunch of my music in Cam's videos, and so I started chatting. We started chatting, and I started doing some reactions because he's got some really great positivity, body positive workout videos and such. The easy to do stuff at home. So, part of my core tenant is, you can't really be connected, you can't really feel at your full potential if you don't feel good about yourself.
Well,
And
that's
exercise definitely helps.
yes, absolutely. Making sure that you're quite healthy and fit definitely does improve your life. It just stares
And,
at Cam's shirtless body.
yeah. And Cam is just like, and yeah, DJ Wicca Wicca. And there's like a pec flex with like each Wicca Wicca,
Nice.
is on my regular playlist. So never had the chance to party with the dude, but he's my bro.
Hmm.
You're new around here, though. I haven't seen you at one of
Well,
those parties before.
The parties aren't usually my go-to. It's usually galas and fundraisers and other industry meetings, but I always wanted to make sure to keep in contact with some more people my old age. It's often that I'm 20 years the youngest in the room.
Yeah, I imagine all the socialites and the big money tends to be older these days. We're trying harder and harder to claw our little piece of the pie.
Hey, I've made a good piece of that new money, thank you.
And how much of it have you held on to, Cam?
It's for me to know and you to never find out.
As I thought.
Hmm.
Pat.
Are either of you looking for any financial advisors?
Actually, that would be pretty wonderful. I didn't expect the success that I've had, though, I've done my best to manifest success, to manifest wealth, and I've done my best to try and pay that back. But um, knowing what, having the money and knowing what to do with it are entirely two different things. And while the urge is, of course, there to chase that clout and, get the Maserati or rent the Maserati, as most of these people probably did long enough for a video, I figure it would be better to make sure I've got something to fall back on when all of this slows down, peters out. We're still not sure what the sustainability of being an influencer actually is.
Well, you can always end up with some sort of some TV show or some sort of branding, some sort of food, but always best to make sure that you have your money squared away somewhere and make sure that it's in low risk investments.
Oh yeah,
She
definitely.
produces, I suppose, doesn't produce a physical card, but produces like a chip reader. People would tap their phone to and get contact information immediately.
Yeah.
You can always contact me for any financial advice that you may need in the future.
Of course, he taps his phone and he pulls out one of his own and he says, and if you have any questions or need any collaboration on things of a more esoteric nature.
Oh, I'm not entirely sure that I would ever need so, but if I'm finding myself in need of some guidance and I want to look elsewhere than the traditional, then sure.
Well, it's better than nothing. He goes, well, Cam, you in there? You still reeling from the
Cam is
all...
just so focused on Cheryl and like listening to the two of them talk back and forth, and he's like, yeah, you good with money?
Well, yes, I get paid for it, my dear.
Just real quick, I'm just imagining a golden retriever who's watching their favorite person talk to somebody else. It just
Yes,
okay.
that's exactly Cam. Like MC Wicca Wicca has stopped existing, and Cam is just like, hey, baby.
He's doing the subtle
Cheryl,
sort of
and just
squaring
like,
up and getting all the body language right for the vibe.
but like he's not that like falling over himself
Mm-hmm.
type of golden. He's that I'm sitting at attention, listening to you, but I'm only gonna do what I want to do in that moment, like type of golden retriever puppy. At least he thinks he is, And so he's like, do you have experience with money? Do you have experience with managing your money? I could probably use somebody to help me spend less money.
Oh, absolutely. You and I could go somewhere some afternoon and talk about your finances and your spending habits. On another day, of course.
You want to go out after this? Okay.
Well, if you're going to be serious about spending less money, you need to start listening to someone that knows what they're talking about.
And there's a moment where Cam just kind of like seems to like on words, like he wants to say something, but like doesn't really. He's like, oh yeah. No, absolutely. You tell me what you want. I'll listen.
All right. She's going to probably give Cam contact information and hand over her now like empty firecracker. He goes, well, I'm going to think about where you and I are going to sit down for our next business meeting. And in the meantime, if you could go grab me another drink while I sit with Jake here.
Cam looks like a little put out because he knows when he's being brushed off, because he's also done the same to a fair few amount of women
I
in
would
his
I would
time.
like to use some sort of charisma based thing because that isn't necessarily my intention. I'm trying to uh uh yeah, I wanna see
Okay,
if I
so
can use
I mean, I'm
a
saying, yeah, Cam thinks he's being brushed off. So,
like to if you'll accept it, Mana Queen, I'd like to
oh
use
yeah, absolutely.
a willpower plus attractive roll.
Plus attractive. Okay.
Because it's willpower plus influence plus attractive is the way that it works. I think.
Okay. Chris, will you tell me what stat Cam would roll for that to go against that?
Cam, that's a good point.
Great willpower.
Yeah, I think it'd be willpower doubled.
Okay. All right. So they're D10s, right? So 2D10
Yeah.
Yes, or no. Roll
I-
1d10
plus
Double your
double the
willpower.
modifier. Okay.
double the
yeah.
modifier.
Okay.
So
That'd be a 10.
19.
Yeah. No way. No way.
So yeah, definitely like if you were to film it, it'd be definitely that she asked for you to grab the drinks, but like leaned in and like whispered in Cam's ear to like do it like a little bit too close. And is just trying to distract you.
Okay. Yeah. And Cam's like, whatever you want. What else do you want to drink?
Well, you were so good at suggesting that previous drink, and I enjoyed it so much, so I'm sure you can come up with something else that I would like to have.
I think I know exactly what you want. And Cam just like saunters off to the bar. Now I do actually have a drink order in mind, but unless
Okay.
that comes into play.
Cheryl's gonna look over towards Jake. He goes, "So, Jake, you want to talk about why you pointed me out of the crowded room earlier?"
Well, I believe in paying it forward, and I could smell the spell on you. Very pleasant, kind of like a summer breeze mixed with just a little bit of peppermint. Is interesting. And given that you felt the need, not that I'm throwing stones, because obviously I did as well, to bring a little mojo to the gathering, it seemed only right that you benefit from that mojo. I didn't expect Cam to go entirely full horny golden retriever on you. I suppose I should have, but that may also be a benefit. I don't know how you feel about Cam right now.
Well, he's quite a specimen, physically at least. Maybe I'll get to know him a little bit better in the coming days. But we're in a bit of a pickle, and trying to organize ourselves to launch ourselves further into our business, our respective businesses, so we can either work together
Indeed.
or we can go our separate ways. So I just want to know that you actually genuinely believe in some of the shit that you say, as opposed to parading around and using my culture for your own benefit.
Ooh, sharper than a serpent's tooth. However, I do fully believe what I say. That I benefit from it is undeniable. I'm not going to pretend like being a male Wiccan isn't sort of a niche
Isn't it a
area.
strangely problematic or, unique perspective that you found yourself in?
I like to think it's a unique. I don't preach that men are superior, and obviously, being a man witch, I never meant to brand that, but I said it once and it stuck. Being a man witch is better, but I feel like it makes it a little easier for men, the kind of man who would, you'd be very selective about the shampoo they use, not because they care about the brand so much as that this one's a little girlier. I feel like it's an easier way to introduce a very positive lifestyle and way of thinking and way of living to an audience who might not otherwise be very receptive to it.
Well, that does help my opinion of you, if I can be so blunt.
Oh, trust
However,
me, I heard the knuckles in your previous statements.
mhm. It's just quite a strange situation that I found myself in here. So I want to make sure that someone who has my cultural values does actually share the same attention to detail. So that's good. We must be careful as content creators that we do not misrepresent or try to create a brand image as opposed to a genuine philosophy about life.
Well, unfortunately, in this day and age, you kind of have to build a brand image, even around a serious philosophy, if you want to be successful, if you want to spread the word. So, yes, I've made money. Yes, I rap about the Wiccan lifestyle. Yes, I make music about it. But I also pay a lot of it forward.
I think around this time Cam comes back with the drinks. You're muted.
Yeah, I just I was talking and I was like, I'm muted. I saw my flashing red light.
And here returns our favorite glittery meat mountain.
More like a
Um,
sculpture, my dear.
Cam has returned, and Cam actually returns with 3 drinks because he is the actual gentleman that he says he is. He's not
Mhm.
going to leave DJ Wicca Wicca out of this experience.
Another
So
Mai Tai.
Cam returns with 3 drinks. And in his hands are a yellowish, cloudy looking, like he's absolutely like, sorry, I'm a bartender IRL for nobody who's watching. You know, the Zelda form. You can triangle drinks like this.
Mhm.
You know, so he's carrying drinks in his triangle, and they're like a cloudish, yellowish, short little things. And there's a little, instead of a cucumber, jalapeno on the each drink, and in his front fingers he hands one to DJ Wicca Wicca, aka Jake, so that Jake takes one, and then he takes the second one and personally hands it to Cheryl and says, a drink for somebody as spicy as you. And like there's like a implied like after that, and he's like, cheers, your music is hella spicy.
Cheryl just kind of blushes and smiles. Goes, "Thank you very much," and is going to take it.
I'm not gonna
Out of
lie,
character,
Cam.
just so if you want to play your characters to react, they are spicy margaritas
Okay,
in like a 9-ounce glass. So they're jalapeno margaritas.
interesting.
Mm.
I mean, Jake will definitely take a sip, and I'd be like, Cam, my dude, missteps or no, you have definitely got the riz. I could learn from you.
Yeah, well, you know, do what I do, and you and I might be seeing more of each other, my man.
Well, I do preach moderation in everything, including moderation, so that we'll see how that goes.
And so Cam kind of sits down. Oh no, go ahead.
Let me know
Chris.
when you're done. Let me know when you're
No,
done.
no,
Okay.
Cam just like kind of like plops down next to Jake and Cheryl. Like it's
Okay.
not a big deal.
Yeah, there's seats everywhere and stuff. They're very comfy seats too. The 3 of you, all of you, make me a perception notice check. Roll.
Ooh, that's an 11.
Hold
So
on.
2
Sorry,
success.
I'm rolling physical dice.
12.
Barn. Yes.
8.
Barn.
8.
Okay. You guys are caught up in your conversation. You don't notice as Lila walks up to you guys again and he goes, "Hey guys, sorry I was away for so long. I actually have a very special announcement, so stay tuned. I'll be right back. Or well, I gotta go upstairs, but keep an eye out. And she heads off, and a couple minutes later, you see her back on the upper deck, and she basically she has a microphone that she borrowed from the DJ. The music goes down a little bit, which kind of prompts everyone to sort of look at the DJ like, what's going on? And then it's her. She goes, "Hi everybody. How's it going? How are we doing?"
Woo!
Um
Imagine that magnified, everybody out
yeah,
there. And
yeah,
Yeah.
everyone's like,
Cheryl
"Hi,
becomes a woo girl
woo,
when
a woo girl."
yeah, when
Got a couple
prompted.
drinks in you.
No, just for the
Oh,
sake of
just
performance.
just for the sake of performance.
Yeah.
Again, dies inside.
Dies
But-
inside.
Yeah.
She goes, "So I decided to do something new this year. And I'm sorry I had to keep a little secret from everybody, but I mingled with all of y'all, and I've decided that I wanted to give one special person an opportunity to sit down one-on-one with me and learn all my secrets about how I got my success and everything. So sorry, but I think I know who I want to pick. So actually, if Cheryl Dar could come up here with me, I want to have a talk with you."
Woo, Cheryl.
Just like shaky camera shot of her, and just everything gets droned out like a high pitched whine. It's just her eyes go up.
Jake is gonna
It's gonna-
bust out the phone and get like a quick 3-person selfie. Click.
Cam is gonna be like, just chug it and go.
All right. Yeah, does it, and then has the jalapeno on her tongue for the pitcher, and then bites into it. And is gonna go up the deck, go up to the second level, and kind of
Yeah.
halfway through, people are cheering, do like a little bit of a bow with her sun hat, and then she's not that many drinks in. She's gonna go upstairs, and
Track her up
immediately is very suspicious because she's like, I was the last person that was invited to this.
She so the DJ music comes back up, so she basically just gestures to you to follow her. She takes you down back to the main deck, but into her like private sitting area basically. And when you get in there, she's like, "Come on, have a seat." And she like takes a seat in like a big comfy chair, and there's another big comfy chair across from her. She closes the door behind you, and make me a perception notice check.
I will add my +2 to the maximum roll I can make, so 15
Okay.
now.
You hear a click.
A click
A click.
from the door,
Yeah.
so she's locked it. Can I stealthily? It's the only door that leaves the room.
Yes.
Okay.
And there are no windows either.
Can I, using telekinesis as I'm sitting down, try and stealthily use telekinesis to unlock the mechanism again? While she like goes to sit down, she like adjusts a chair or does anything, I can mask the sound of the door unlocking.
Yeah. Give me your telekinesis roll.
Okay, so that is willpower plus occultism.
Meanwhile, outside, Jake to kick Ham is going like just very quietly, like, okay, this is why not all men is not something you say anymore.
19 total.
Yeah, you as she's like sitting down, she's like getting herself settled and everything, you strike up like some small talk to like cover the sound of the door unlocking.
Have I told you how much I love your sun hat?
Oh my god, thank you, actually. I got it made specifically for this party. Um, I always wanna support milliners and everything because the business is almost dead, nowadays, because obviously people don't wear hats that much or,
Hmm.
bespoke hats. Um, but I had it custom woven and the ribbon is like custom dyed and everything, and it's simple, but it's so elegant.
Hmm.
And there's, that click, and she's just like, actually, let me.
That moment when you're just looking at the roll 20 roll section to see if the if the DM or the
um,
director publicly rolls what they're rolling. um
um, she she goes, yeah, so kind of like crosses her legs, and she's like, I want to talk to you about some things. Can you? I'm really fascinated, actually. I know this was
hmm,
supposed to be about me telling you how I made it, and got all my success and everything, but I'm really fascinated by your goals and stuff because I feel like maybe my aspirations aren't big enough. Maybe maybe I'm too caught up in stuff or things.
hmm. She kind of pauses and shifts, and there's a short flashback where she's packing her suitcase for the flight over, and she's just looking at the gun on her bed. She goes, I probably won't need this. Don't need the hassle of security anyways. So she didn't bring it.
Oh.
And she's just like has her like little like clutch that she has in her hand that would normally have it. She's doesn't have any weapons on her, I'm gonna say. And he goes, well, I found throughout a lot of my life that there are two people that are working in a household, or sometimes only one. And then that one person has to do two jobs. There's usually the homemaker, the person that raises the child, or someone that goes out and is a bit of a breadwinner. That's the traditional roles. And I feel as though women, in particular, are owed a lot of back pay throughout the couple thousand years of hard labor. So ideally, as I look at you and I look at all the other prominent young businesswomen, I believe a lot of them are getting their just desserts using their beauty and their feminine wiles or their intelligence as young businesswomen to get a leg up in society. I find it the most admirable thing anyone can do. To some may say that parting a fool with their money or his money in that regard is a noble feat. So I'd like to do that on a more structural level. Possibly get as high up as I can in the financial world, either as a personal advisor or I've been doing quite a lot of internships at major US banks. I wouldn't mind making sure that if the world burns or things go wrong, it's a woman at the wheel. Smile.
I like it. I like it. I think, though, couldn't that woman be you? Wouldn't that be the best option?
If I work hard enough and I'm the best candidate and I do everything that I can and I continue to do everything that I can to make the world a better place for people like me, then yes, the best person would be me. But that's never a guarantee. Once you start thinking of yourself as a protagonist, you become a villain.
Interesting. She gets up and she kind of walks around the room. Yeah. She kind of comes up behind you, and she's not like, not in a creepy way. She just kind of like walks around, and she's like, I think it should be you though. Like, you seem intelligent and sensible and full of the right kind of ambition where you go for what's right and not just what you want, you know? I feel like I could use some of that too. Make me a willpower doubled minus, hold on.
You're also full of all those tasty brain juices.
Willpower doubled -6. Please.
-6.
Yeah.
That's a large number. Okay, so that'll be a total of. That's going to be a total of 10.
That's your last plus
Bring
2.
them- I do have my last +2. Do I use it? I'll use it to make it 2 success levels as opposed to 1 success level.
Okay. Okay.
I have good willpower.
You do have good willpower, but you begin to think, yeah, you are the right pick for this position. You are the one who deserves the power to achieve these goals of yours. It is the responsibility of the one with the drive and the dreams and the aspiration and the ideas to have the ability to make them come true, and that is you.
Well, she kind of looks towards Lila. And what's Lila doing right now?
Lila has sat back down in her chair and she's just kind of smiling at you.
Do I know that there has been some sort of effect
No.
on me, or just okay? Sounds good. Goes, you know, coming out of your beautiful mouth, absolutely, it starts to ring true, dear.
Oh, I know. Why don't you come closer and I can talk to you about how I made my success.
How much am I being influenced to come closer?
Let's just say she has 4 success levels on you.
Okay, so I feel charmed.
Yes.
I feel charmed. Okay, I'd go. Well, I thought that I would be partaking in something else, but I'm open to more possibilities. And she's gonna assume she's gonna start fooling around with this other woman and is gonna be open to it. Yeah, and go to make a move.
She slides to the side to give you some room next to her on her like little, it's about the width of a love seat, but it's very like a kind of mid-century modern. And she gets in really close and she puts a finger to your chin.
Mm-hmm.
And she turns your head to face her.
Mm-hmm.
And she leans in And it almost looks like she's gonna kiss you. And then something starts to get drawn from you through your mouth, through your
Can
eyes.
I react? Can I do anything?
Not yet.
Okay.
And you're frozen for a moment. The camera sees her snap her fingers. Whoop, can't see that. Snap her fingers. And Cheryl, you are in your dream job. You have all the power you could ever want. Your work has manifested into
Hey, that's our word. You
perfection.
can't use that one.
Is it the job that I dreamed of having when I was a kid? Or is it like what I imagine I'm gonna have when I'm like a further adult? Is it like a
It is the best thing.
nonsense like job, or is it like a very real?
It is the best thing you could possibly imagine within the realm of, like, you know, human achievement. Like anything a human has ever achieved or could ever achieve within that realm, you have achieved it. You have achieved what you want.
Okay, sounds good.
And she gets up. You are frozen on this couch.
Okay.
Whatever was coming from you, whatever force or energy was going from you into her has stopped, but she kind of yeah. Yeah, normally I let everyone go, but I like you. I'm gonna keep you. And she walks to the door, goes out, and there are 3 clicks.
Okay.
So now we cut back to the party. People are dancing and stuff. And Lila goes out to socialize. And Jake, what are you doing?
Jake sees Lila reemerge, but doesn't see Cheryl. And something's odd about that to him. Cam has gone off to do whatever Cam's going to do. Possibly hump somebody else's leg. Who knows? But Jake is going to surreptitiously try to make his way to the little room. Not B room, beeline. I'm just going straight to there. Ha ha ha! Nobody knows. But he's just gonna kind of sidle his way through and stop and say hi to this person and stop and say hi to this person, but making his way to that room. If nothing else, to see if he
Lila
can grill Cheryl for any tips she just picked up.
Lila actually intercepts you halfway over because she has noticed that you are doing that. And she goes, "Hi, Jake. How are you enjoying the party?"
Hi, I'm really enjoying it. Cam's gone off to do Cam things, of course, but yeah, I've made some
Yeah, of course.
connections. I've met some really good people, but Cheryl and I were having a really good discussion before she won the time with you, and I just wanted to just see if we could continue that discussion.
Oh,
We
she'll
were
be out
talking
in a
about
little
money
bit. She
management.
we had like a moment, we were talking and we were connecting, and she got a little overwhelmed, so she just took some time. She's staying back for a little bit. But you should totally, have you tried the lobster yet? Oh my god, it is amazing. And I saw you with that spicy margarita. Aren't they so good?
Oh, they were delicious. Yeah, you said the lobster is over that way?
Yeah, the lobster's that way.
Okay, and he's just going to wander off towards the lobster until she's not paying attention to him. Then he's going to return to his mission, because if there's one thing a slightly sleazy grifter who won't admit that he's a slightly sleazy grifter knows, it's when he's being grifted. Unless you need me to roll for that.
Roll me a dexterity crime to sneak away and not be clocked.
Come on, big numbers, because I have no crime and not a lot of dexterity. This is whew. 10.
10. Okay.
He's gonna pause actually halfway through. He's still kind of trying to do it, but he knows he might be caught. He's not super sneaky. So he's gonna text Cam and be like, "Hey, Layla's out and she was looking for you." Duke.
You're muted.
Sorry, I just dialed back in from IRL stuff.
You're good.
Very 30-second recap of why Jake is looking for Cam. Somebody tell me.
No, Jake
quick-
isn't looking for Cam. Jake is telling Layla or telling Cam that Layla's looking for
sorry,
Cam.
why is Jake texting Cam that Layla's
Because
looking for him?
Cheryl and Layla disappeared and Layla came back and Cheryl didn't, and Jake actually knows, about that
understood.
world.
Okay.
So and Layla's already like bounced him away from the room once already by pointing him towards the lobster. So he figures sometimes you got to pull out the big guns and you stick the Doberman on her. Go get her, boy.
The audience saw that Cheryl was more or less what are they called in Harry Potter? The Death Eaters sucked the soul out of Cheryl and put her in a catatonic state in another room, and then closed the door behind her and locked her in a room.
yeah.
Dementor,
Okay.
yeah, sorry.
In character, Cam did not see that though, right?
No,
No.
none of
No,
us
no, no.
saw
Cam
it.
was partying up a storm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay,
Jake didn't
like-
even see it. He's just kind of
Cam dropped off the drinks, cheers, and kind of danced his way away, type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Um,
he would have dropped off the drinks, and then probably like that's when Lila was like, "Hey, Cheryl, you won the contest," and then they went off too.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Just quick.
Nope,
real
life
life
happens.
thing.
We're with it.
Yeah. Yeah. So Cam gets this text from Jake, which, by the way, in Cam's phone, it is DCWW. Like, that's the contact. What does the text exactly say?
He
Okay.
just says, "Hey, Layla is back from her meeting with Cheryl, and she was looking for you. Can you? You should probably hit her up while the iron's hot, there, buddy."
Okay. So, I mean, Cam kind of probably sees Jake from across the club and is like, finger guns, total.
Jake is like, "Yeah, finger guns
Little vibe.
back."
Yeah. and then we'll send a text to Layla. But I'm gonna start with Layla, but there is also a text that's sent to Cheryl because Cheryl did share her contact info with Cam. So the first text goes to Layla, and he was like, lay, like it's literally lay on me. That's what her contact is in his phone.
Mhm.
So he like tags her with that. And he's like, "What's up for tonight? Anything big? We doing something cool? How's it going? Heard you were calling my name." That's the entire text.
So Lila responds like like 30 seconds later. She's like, "Bro, you know it's never gonna happen."
Wait, can't.
But
Chris,
yeah.
Sneak.
is that me or is that everybody else?
What?
Can
Don't know.
hear me?
I don't hear
Yeah,
anything.
yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you,
Hello?
but
We can hear you.
I hate it here. Hello.
we love
Hello.
having you here.
Oh, all good. Give it a minute.
Oh,
Okay.
Well, I'm glad you can hear me. I can't hear you. So this is
Yeah,
a
yeah.
really good time. Out of character, I'm having a really great night, guys. Like a really great night.
Sorry to hear that.
Let's try this again. Play that.
I don't do hard hands very well.
Nope.
in light of this, would you guys
BRB
be
for 2
willing to
seconds.
make this a two-parter?
Let me just
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
close and restart.
So that may need
Real
to
quick.
happen.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna resolve everything in 15 minutes.
No.
That's fair.
Even if Mana wasn't having tech issues.
Yeah, yeah. Oh. I guess there's a message that's coming from Cam, so I'll ask Cam when Cam gets back. Damn, director.
I was
Maybe.
trying so hard to be like, we're gonna have an actual one shot, but like, no.
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah.
That's not how it ever
Make it a
works, is
two-shot.
it?
I can hear you guys.
Can't. Okay.
This is fine. Everything's fine. Let me just try to.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean,
Ooh.
I can hear
that's
you
fine.
guys now.
Oh, you
Oh,
can?
you can hear us.
Yay!
Good
I-
stuff.
You know what? I'm unplugging my headphones, so if there's feedback anywhere in production, Kevin just ping me or one of you ping me.
Okay.
But I'm just playing out of my grand speakers now. So
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's a thumb shot.
Yeah, yeah.
this is a great time.
Yeah, it really is.
This is a wonderful time. Anyways, the last things my ears heard were the text to Layla. And I did not
Yes,
hear
the
Layla's response.
Layla goes, that's funny. Look, I think you should have an even better time because there are going to be fireworks later. So, maybe then? Question mark. And then she sends it.
Okay. Okay. In the meantime, there is a text sent to Cheryl that literally starts, "Hey, pretty lady." I wish I was lying, but sorry.
Okay. And I imagine that Cheryl's in her dream job.
Mm-hmm.
She is getting off the stage wearing some sort of large grand stage behind her. It just says Theranos 2.0. She has like a black turtleneck, and she gets off, and someone like gives her a hand and goes, "Madam President," and she goes, "Of course," and then takes a phone call, and is just I imagine that's all we see is just her doing her dream job of defrauding billionaires and being the president of these United States of America.
Girl Boss 2000.
The same time.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, the text isn't like it's a series of like, "Hey, pretty lady." Like it's Cam is one of those people that texts in like short spurt texts,
Yeah.
you know. So it's "Hey, pretty lady, heard you were having fun without me. Where are you at?" It's
That
like,
sounds like a few different stimuli of buzzes in Cheryl's pocket, or not a pocket because she's a woman, so she has a dress. Her clutch.
dresses have pockets.
This one doesn't, unfortunately. And I'm giving that myself
Debatably.
back straight.
That's rude.
The clutch has the phone, and that's on her. That's by her side. Does the buzz of the phone wake me up?
Make me another willpower doubled -6.
Fuck. Fuck. Willpower. Oh no. Okay, that's a 9. Ugh. So that's just one
It's
success.
just the buzz of your, personal assistant device, whatever.
I have a pager, and I
Yeah,
just have a page from like from some like
From
foreign
the vice
dignitary that's just
president
like
or like the French ambassador or something.
Macron Jr. is just like drinks later. All right. Oh, all right. All right. Yeah, I guess it just cuts to Cheryl like drooling in that same position where she's expecting a kiss and just frozen in a catatonic state. Great.
Okay, so Cam responds to, excuse me, Layla's text, being like, "Let's get down. Where are you?"
She's going to respond saying, lobster.
Sneak, sneak, sneak.
Lobster.
Sneak, sneak, sneak.
Yep.
Okay. Cam is just probably gonna be like, "No, yeah, lobster," and make his way to the food, like somewhere.
Yeah, that's where the lobster is.
Yeah, but he's just like, "No, hell yeah, lobster."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the Lila is, getting some food and stuff. The audience sees that she is kind of keeping an eye on Jake. It's like when a little kid thinks they're being sneaky, but they're not. And so she's like situated to where like she's kind of cheating out where like she can still see Cam, but she also like from the corner of her eye can see Jake. But she's like, "Hi Cam, how you doing?"
Oh,
Jake
Cam,
can tell
like,
he's being tracked, so
Cam saddles up to Layla and like arm over the shoulder, blah blah blah. But like Jake's the one that texted Cam. Now Cam is not the smartest berry in the bunch, but he knows when he's being lured in. So he just like arm over the shoulder to Layla, not looking at Layla, and he's like, "Hey babe," like against her cheek, but looking for Jake at the same time.
Jake, where are you at now?
Jake is gonna he knows he's being tracked. Layla's not letting him go, so he stops. He's got a plate with some lobster and stuff on it. He takes a little bite, nods, lowers his head to take another bite, gets his hair in the way, and we're going to curse Layla.
Oh,
This isn't something we would normally do, but this feels very off to Jake.
okay.
And while he may be kind of a sleazebag and will lie his way into a woman's bed, he's not going to leave a woman in trouble.
Do you have like a roll that she needs to make or anything?
I don't know how. Like, I didn't really look at the magic because good old Ye doesn't do magic.
That's fine.
So
we're gonna make one
it's a
up
very
then.
specific curse. It's called the birds.
The bird. What does
After
it
the
do?
Hitchcock, it attracts a bunch of birds to someone. Maybe not even so that they'll be attacked. They're going to try and steal the food. Maybe
They just want to be close to her.
They really want to be
It's
around
not violent.
this person.
It's just
Although
like
if it is a seagull, seagulls
friendship.
are their own creature, and they will absolutely try and steal your food, no matter what. This is not like
Okay.
a set you on fire hex. This is a really annoy the shit out of you and distract you kind of hex.
Give me willpower, occultism, and then any how many whatever sorcery points you have.
Well, that's 11 to start. Nice. $18.
18. Suddenly there are just seagulls everywhere. Like literally they start perching on the sides of the boat. They are on the upper deck railing. They're kind of doing that thing that seagulls do when they start like eyeing a target. They're just like,
Moments before you lose that French fry.
yeah. And then one of them makes a move and suddenly they're everywhere. And Lila's like, hold on. She just turns the camera and goes like, hold on, and kind of like shoves him away. She's like, shoot, oh my god, go away, go away, go away. And then, but they just keep coming and coming and coming and coming. And they will not, like, they're going after the bartender. They're going after the smorgasbord. They're going after the guests who have food. It's everywhere. And people are like, because the boat has like kind of moved away from the docks. It's like out in the bay, basically. People are like jumping overboard because it's you know, it's shallow enough that they can swim and not feel, you know, out in the deep or whatever. Like they can see land from where they are, but they just want to get it. Like they're getting chased off the boat by these birds, and people are going like nuts. I was like, guys, calm down, please calm down. We'll figure this out. It's fine. Okay. Who is someone call animal control?
Fine. In my head, it's just a whole chorus of those friggin' seagulls from Finding Nemo. Just mine.
Yep.
Mine.
Meanwhile, Jake is like, no, seriously, I'm going to go check on Cheryl.
Yeah. So you yeah, it's not hard to find Lila's room. There's just like says Lila on the door. What do you do when you get there?
I'm gonna give it a little look-see. Does it look like anything's off about it? Does it just say Lila?
Just says Lila, and there's a doorknob.
Gonna get out a handkerchief, because you always have a handkerchief. And click, or at least try to click.
It is locked.
Does it seem like it opens out or in?
It opens in.
In. Okay. Well, curtain falls.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm sorry. My brain just absolutely shut off at that moment.
That's okay. Honestly, yeah. Camera zooms in on your hand, reaching for the doorknob, expecting it to turn, and it doesn't. And then we phase through the door, and we see Cheryl still frozen in her state of vulnerability. And you can hear the chaos outside, and the camera pans back to the pandemonium in an aerial shot of this party going horribly wrong. And then we fade to black.
Oh, I'm gonna ride that high for a week.
Oh.
Oh, good times.
So,
Man, out of character, I wish I could have been a little bit more part of the pandemonium, and I'm sorry that I wasn't
That's
able
all
to.
good.
No, it's
But,
all right.
like-
Like I said,
Mana, you are forgiven. You are
Right.
so forgiven. But thank you guys for being here and helping create this wonderful session with me. Thank you, Bat Kyle. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Mana Queen. Thank you, producer Kevin.
thank you, producer Kevin.
Thank you, director.
Thank you, director.
Yeah, I was about to say thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris, for putting it together.
I hope you guys had fun.
Definitely.
I'm sorry we're going over again, but hopefully hopefully things will all turn out fine, right? Thank
Yeah.
you, chat. Chat was popping again today.
It was.
And thank you everyone on YouTube in the future who is watching this. If you made it this far in the video, give that video a like, give our channel a subscribe. It always helps. Comment below your thoughts and feelings, or just say hi. And
Yep.
I know I say this a lot, but just like, I love this game. I'm so happy with it. And about it. I love my players. I love everyone involved. Thank you guys for making this so wonderful. And this applies to everybody, be nice to each other.
Stop it. You know who you are. Be nice to each other. Stop it.